Hey guys, I know some of you need to hear this today. God has a plan for your life. Sometimes that's really hard to actually believe, but I want to read today out of Jeremiah 29:11. And maybe you've heard this passage many times before or you never have, but I want you to just meditate on these truths today. It says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a hope and a future." And that this is a truth that we can lean on and trust, even when there's things in our life that don't make sense, or you ask the Lord, how are you going to use this thing in my life, this situation? And just trusting that God is good and that He loves you and He cares for you and He wants to be a part of your life. And when He is, He does extraordinary things with it. Going on after that, it says, "Then you will call on me and come and pray to me, and I will listen to you. You will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart." And this is such a beautiful phrase that God is just saying, when you come to me with everything, when you trust that I am good and you lean into me and spend time with me and talk with me, I listen to you and I hear you and you can find me there. So today on your mat, I want you to just come before the Lord and thank Him for all that He's done in your life. Every situation that He's turned beautiful or things that He's led you through. And then thanking Him for the things that He's gonna do in your life. Maybe with things that you don't understand or you can't see how He's going to. But just trusting that He is good and that He's with you and that when you seek Him with everything, you will find Him there. So grab your water and I'll see you on your mat. Hey guys, welcome to our restorative class today. Go ahead and find a comfortable position, laying flat on your back, coming into Shavasana or corpse pose. And we're just going to go ahead and start out our class, closing the eyes, letting all of the thoughts go, and just breathing here, getting comfortable on our mat. So we're going to start to release all the muscles, starting with the forehead, unfurrowing the eyebrows, letting the eyes sink back heavy, and the eyelids just softly closing on top of them. Unclench the jaw, and let the tongue come away from the roof of the mouth. Open up the chest. Let the shoulders come heavy into the mat. Allow the hips to soften, unlock the knees, and let the toes roll to the outsides of the mat. And we're going to take 3 breaths all together. So go ahead and exhale out through the mouth. And take a deep breath in through the nose, filling up the chest and the belly. And then open mouth, exhale through the mouth, releasing here. Let's take that 2 more times all together. Inhale through the nose, filling up the body. And exhale out through the mouth, releasing, coming a little bit heavier into the mat. And 1 more deep breath here all together. Inhale through the nose, bringing in that deep breath all the way through the body. Holding it here for 3, 2, 1, and exhale out through the mouth. Great job. Slowly draw the knees into the chest and give them a slight hug. Maybe rocking from side to side if that feels good. Just starting to give the back a little bit of a massage here. Inhale through the nose. And exhale, let the feet come down onto the mat and the arms open out to the sides in a T position. Palms open towards the sky. And we're just going to slowly take some windshield wipers with the knees. So inhale at the center. And exhale, drop the knees over to the right side, opening up the left side of the body. Inhale the knees back to center. And exhale, drop the knees over to the left. Inhale back to center. And exhale again, dropping the knees to the right. Go ahead and take this motion with your own breath at your own pace, remembering to use the breath to move the knees from one side to the other. Slowly opening up the hips and lengthening through the sides of the body. And when you're ready, bring the knees back to center, and we're going to take the right ankle on top of the left knee, opening up for reclined pigeon pose. So letting that knee come forward, opening up the right hip. Inhale through the nose, and exhale, slowly take windshield wipers here with that ankle attached to the knee, opening up that right hip a little bit deeper. The knees don't have to come all the way down to the ground, just getting a little bit of movement with that left knee. Inhale through the nose, and exhale through the mouth. Slowly come back to center, and you can stay here with your reclined pigeon, or you can grab onto the back of that left thigh and start to pull the knee into the chest, opening up that right hip a little bit deeper. Maybe moving through the left ankle, circling out the toes, releasing any tightness there. Inhale through the nose, and exhale. See if you can pull that knee just a little bit closer into the chest, opening up that right hip a little bit deeper. One more deep breath here. And exhale the knee a little bit closer into the chest. And then release that left foot back into the mat. Right foot comes away from the knee, and we're going to switch to the other side. Left ankle comes to the right knee. Open up that left knee towards the front, getting a little bit of a left hip opening stretch. And again, you can take a slight windshield wiper movement here with that right knee rocking from side to side. Inhale through the nose, and exhale through the mouth. Great job coming back to center with that right knee, staying here or grabbing onto the back of the right thigh and starting to pull that knee into the chest, opening up the left hip a little bit deeper. Use that breath to open up the hip space, and then use the exhale to draw that knee a little bit closer into the chest. Again, maybe working out that right ankle, making a circle with the toes. Great job. Inhale through the nose, and exhale through the mouth. Slowly release that right foot back into the mat and release the left foot away from the knee. We're going to press the toes all the way forward down our mats, fingers coming all the way back, getting a long stretch all the way through the body. Inhale, reaching through the fingers, reaching through the toes, and exhale through the mouth. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, reaching all the way through the fingers and the toes. And then exhale, bring the fingers and the toes to the right side of the mat. We're going to take a banana stretch. So we're keeping the left shoulder and hip onto the mat, and just using the fingers and toes to reach over to the right side. Maybe it feels good to use the right hand and hold onto the left wrist and cross the right ankle on top of the left ankle. Close the eyes and inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Opening up the left side of the body, making it long here. One more deep breath in through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. Go ahead and release the wrist and the ankles and bring the fingers and toes back to the center. Inhale, getting your long stretch here. And then exhale, take the fingers and toes over to the left side of the mat. We're going to take the banana stretch on the opposite side. So maybe crossing that left ankle on top of the right and grabbing onto the left wrist. Keep the right shoulder and hip all the way onto the mat. And inhale into this stretch, opening up the right side of the body. Exhale out through the mouth. Great job. Inhale, lengthening. And exhale, releasing a little bit more. Bring the fingers and toes back to the center of the mat, and we're going to just roll onto the side of the body for a fetal posture. So the head is resting on the bicep, and the hand is just softly planted into the mat. Getting a little bit of a bend in the knees. Close the eyes, and let's breathe here for 3 breaths. Inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth, becoming soft in the face muscles. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. One more deep breath. Inhale. And exhale. Gently pressing through that hand on the mat, rise up all the way to a simple seated posture on your mat. Crossed at the ankles, hands to the knees, sitting up tall, reaching through the crown of the head. And then just softly draw the shoulders up towards the ears with your inhale, and exhale, release them back down. Inhale, lifting the shoulders high, getting rolls here. And exhale, release it down. Inhale, bring them high. And exhale. And then reversing that motion, coming forward with the shoulders. Inhale through the nose. And exhale, great job. Inhale, sit up tall. And exhale, release the chin down into the chest, opening up the back of the neck. And just slowly bring a neck roll all the way around with the crown of the head, drawing a big circle. Inhale. And exhale, reverse that motion, going the opposite way with your neck roll. Inhale, moving gently and slowly. And exhale through the mouth. Come back to center with the crown of the head. Inhale, sit up tall. And exhale, bring the left hand to the right knee and find a twist over that right shoulder, drawing the gaze all the way back. Inhale, sit up a little bit taller. And inhale, twist a little bit deeper. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, take it to the other side. Right hand to left knee. Gaze coming all the way back. And that left hand is just planted behind you. Inhale, sit up a little bit taller. And exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Great job. Come back to center, swing the legs around, and we're going to find a tabletop position. So the hands are just planted under the shoulders, knees planted under the hips. Inhale, draw the belly button in towards the spine. And exhale, walk the hands about a handprint in front of where they are. Drop the shoulders down, keeping the hips high, and find a puppy pose. So in this posture, we're opening up the chest and the shoulders and lengthening all the way from the fingertips to the tailbone. Inhale, becoming long. Spread those fingertips out wide. Exhale through the mouth. Let's take that one more time. Deep inhale through the nose. And open mouth, exhale. Great job. Rolling onto the forearms, let the hips come down and find your Sphinx posture. Spreading the fingertips out wide, pressing through the palms, and lift the crown of the head as high as you can bring it. Inhale, open up the chest. Open mouth, exhale. Great job. One more deep breath here. Inhale through the nose. And exhale, lay all the way on the belly. Let the left cheek come into the mat. And the arms are at a goal post here. So we're just bent at a 90-degree angle with the elbows. And then start to bring that right knee up to the right elbow, just opening up the hip here. Close the eyes, and let's breathe here for just a moment. Finding a restorative posture here. Inhale and exhale, becoming heavy into the mat. Letting go of tension and tightness in the lower body. Inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth, opening up through the chest and through the upper body. Great job. One more deep breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Go ahead and let that right foot come back to meet the left. Plant the hands under the shoulders and take a baby cobra, so we're barely putting any pressure into the fingertips. Lifting the head towards the sky. Inhale through the nose. And exhale, let the right cheek come down to the mat. Finding our goalpost arms here again. And then draw that left knee up towards the left elbow. Close the eyes and breathe here. Inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. Becoming still here, becoming heavy. Inhale through the nose. And open mouth, exhale through the mouth. Great job. Planting the hands under the shoulders, let that left foot come back to meet the right. And here we're going to press all the way up into full cobra or upward facing dog. Opening up through the core, through the torso. And then exhale, tuck the back toes and lift all the way up into a downward facing dog. Lifting the hips high. And then here, just begin to walk out the legs, bending one knee at a time. Great job. Opening up the shoulders and the chest. Inhale through the nose. And exhale. Let the heels be still. Maybe they're making contact with the mat today, or maybe they're just reaching. Inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. Look to the top of the mat, and we're just going to slowly make our way into a forward fold, coming all the way to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift, and exhale, fold down. Grab onto opposite elbows and come to a ragdoll position, maybe finding a sway from side to side. nodding the head yes and shaking the head no. Inhale and exhale, release the hands all the way down, getting a slight bend in the knees. Inhale, lift all the way up into extended mountain, reaching the fingertips high, and exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach it up one more time, and exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, half lift, and exhale, plant the hands, and we're going to come to sitting on the mat. Feet just planted in front of us. Inhale, reach the fingertips all the way back. And exhale, reach it forward, arching through the spine, chin coming to the chest. And exhale, slowly make your way all the way, laying flat on the back. And then when you've made it, pull the knees into the chest, give them a slight hug. Again, maybe finding that rock from side to side if that feels good. Inhale. And exhale, lift the soles of the feet towards the sky, coming into a waterfall posture. Reversing the blood flow, cleansing out the body here. Maybe opening up the arms to a T. Inhale, feeling the rise of the belly and the chest. And exhale, becoming heavier into the mat. Great job. One more deep breath here. Inhale. And exhale, bend through the knees, grab onto the big toes, and find your happy baby posture. Opening up through the hips, maybe taking a rock from side to side. Inhale, bringing that oxygen into the hip space. And exhale, draw the right knee into the chest. Let the left toes come long down the mat. And then we're going to use the left hand to guide that knee across the body and find a supine twist. So the right fingertips are reaching over to the side and the gaze falls to the right. Twisting out through the core, through the lower back, opening up that right glute muscle, and opening up through the chest. Take a couple deep breaths here, bringing the oxygen in through the nose and letting it out with the mouth. Letting that knee come a little bit closer down towards the mat with every exhale. Great job. Inhale, bring the knee back into the chest. Give it one last hug. And then switch to the other leg, left knee coming into the chest. And then use the right hand to guide it across the body. Open up the left arm long, and the gaze falls to the left. Inhale through the nose, and exhale, release it out through the mouth. See if you can bring that knee just a little bit closer down towards the mat. Inhale and exhale. Bring that knee back into the chest. Give it one last tug and then release the toes down the mat, coming to our final resting posture, back into Shavasana or corpse pose. Opening up the palms towards the ceiling or leaving them down on the mat. Closing the eyes. And we're going to go back through the body, releasing every muscle at a time. Unfurrowing the eyebrows. Let the eyes sink back and the eyelids just softly closing on top of them. Open up the chest. Unclench the jaw and let the tongue come away from the roof of the mouth. Let the shoulders be heavy, feeling the rise and fall of the belly with every inhale and exhale. Unlock the knees and let the toes roll to the outsides of the mat. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. As we finish our practice today, I want to leave you with 3 questions. And these are for you to think on or to pray on or maybe journal about later. Are you confident that God has plans for you that are good? How can you call on the Lord today, knowing that His word says He's always listening? How can you seek the Lord with all of your heart today? God, you are good. We don't have to strive. We don't have to fear. You hold our tomorrow, God. You have such beautiful plans for our lives. So we choose to trust you today, Lord. We give you everything. You are worthy of every part of our heart. So we give it all to you. We love you, Lord. Amen. Thank you for joining me in your practice today, for moving, breathing, and being in prayer with me. I look forward to seeing you next time on your mat.